last season. We don't look back. We want to look into the future, and Real Madrid stands for success, and we want to be successful also this year.
This is the mentality I love about David Alaba. See,
off with a 2-1 victory, 29 shots in total, 15 on target in the end, just 2 going in. What's interesting when you take a look at how Carlo Ancelotti set it up for this game, Craig, was the sense that he thought, I'm going to mix things up. You know, Tchouaméni came in midfield, Camavinga as well.
And then he thought otherwise.
Well, that's it, isn't it? It's only when the old school came on, when Modric was brought on at half-time, and that they made the difference.
That's true. On the first day of the season, I didn't expect Carlo to build a lineup with so many rotations, including midfield and at defense. A little bit shocking.
Yeah, I was a little perplexed first day of the season to be not playing your strongest team, but he obviously wants guys to get game time sooner rather than later, but there's a risk and reward, and the risk wasn't paying off at half-time, so changes were made, and then further changes were made. Obviously, Luka Modric gaining control of the midfield, which they had anyway, but then he's able to play those passes, he's able to dictate it a little better, and then obviously David Alaba with the free kick.
I totally agree with Craig that we missed Modric at midfield. Modric is a player, I feel like out of KCM, he's the most difficult to replace. At first half, when we had youngster, we had a little bit lacking of creativity. Once Modric came, we saw the difference.
In some sense, it just reminded me exactly of last year's Madrid. Even though there's been a lot of change, well, a few changes, some new faces, a little bit of a sluggish performance against a team promoted, and a bit of brilliance to win the game. We said that.
That's a good point. Even last season, we had multiple comebacks like this. Like first half, you play the game very slowly, and in second half, you increase the intensity and ultimately win the game. And this is exactly what happened today. I would not necessarily use the word sluggish like Craig, but I get the gist of what he's trying to imply. We just didn't have that quickness, and our build-up felt like a little bit out of touch. There was a missing chemistry in the midfield. Being said that, we also created a lot of chances.
So many times last year about Madrid in games that were tight, and Benzema, Vinicius Jr. stood up and just did something out of this world. Again, we've had it today when you're thinking, right, they're going to take 4 or 5 off this team, and they'll bring some subs on, and it'll be a walk in the park. It takes a moment of magic. It takes Lucas Vazquez getting in there to win this game. So, as I think Robbo was saying in the commentary, the boys were saying, I don't think he'll be overly pleased with the performance, but he'll be delighted with the 3 points.
No, but it's 3.
That's quite a summary of the match, to be fair. Like 3 huge points, especially first game of the season. And given our biggest rival Barcelona drew the last 2 points, it's a huge boost for us. Also, most people outside of LaLiga don't know how difficult to win teams like Almeria or Getafe or Cadiz. These teams are so difficult to play against, and that is why, in my opinion, LaLiga is one of the most difficult league, because all these smaller teams, they know how to play against bigger teams. They are not going to give you space, and the defend as a team.
What's his strongest back four?
Yeah, Rudiger didn't have a great debut today, did he?
Well, he was playing on the right side of that centre-back partnership.
That's a good point by Craig. Rudiger didn't have a good game, as Dan said, especially at first half. Rudiger seems clumsy. He didn't look comfortable at all. I was really scared the way he was playing. And in fact, our first goal that we considered, I would say it was a mistake from him. But as also Craig pointed out, that he was playing at the right side. I think that's not his preferred position. At Chelsea, he played in the left side. But given his new position, as well as a new combination, new chemistry with Nacho, which is understandable that he would struggle a little bit, but in second half, he did better.
Tay, please go on and score the goal for me. What instructions did you go on with? At what stage did you think the game was at when it came for you to make an entry?
Yeah, after the 1-1, I think we wanted to make more pressure, wanted to really show the mentality to win this game, and this is how I guess we played after, especially in the second half.
Yeah, that's the case. We just increased our intensity, and we had more clear-cut chances, had more pressure, and we had more experience at the midfield. All combined worked together for this win.
What do you think, if anything, was missing in the first? What was it that made it so difficult to handle Almeria to start with?
I think scoring a goal. Almeria did a really great job, but still we had opportunities to score even after the 0-1. We tried to put pressure, tried to create chances, and tried to score. This didn't happen in the first halftime, but well, when we came into the dressing room, we wanted to stay calm, wanted to play our game in the second part, and this is what we showed, I guess.
Absolutely. A crucial thing was missing from this match is the goals. We were creating chances. Even Benzema missed a couple of good chances today, but somehow it wasn't clicking in the final third. Once we got the first goal, the result was different. And we knew that if we scored the first goal, we will come back and we will win the game. That was inevitable.
And having won the Champions League and La Liga last year, no loss of hunger for you this season? There'll be no problem in terms of motivation?
Oh, no, this was
This is a good question.
last season. We don't look back. We want to look into the future, and Real Madrid stands for success, and we want to be successful also this year.
This is the mentality I love about David Alaba. See, it doesn't matter what we have won last year, Champions League or La Liga. We don't care. Now it's about the future. Just because we won La Liga and Champions League doesn't mean we have less motivation than last year. We are Real Madrid. We want to win every title possible. This is the mentality that what makes a player like Alaba so great.
Yeah, and obviously when we saw that starting 11 and we heard Ancelotti saying this week that he's going to rotate a lot more, obviously that was the plan, to bed in some of these younger players that are coming through. Unfortunately, that plan was pretty much thrown out the window as the second half developed.
Well, Carlo promised that he'll do more rotation, and he kept his promise, honestly. And I would not be too pessimistic about the youngster. I mean, this is their first match in La Liga, and you can't expect those players playing like a 10 out of 10 game. You need more time to adapt. All you have to be is patient and be optimistic. Result will come. These players will be superstar. Believe me.
Game where Modric has basically got to come on straight away, hasn't it? A game where you get someone in to control the ball, to get it moving quicker, to get that circulation better, and because they needed him, and it went back to that midfield of keeping the ball away from the opposition. Because in the first half, at least, Real Madrid didn't always do that particularly well. Tchouaméni had a couple of big dangerous moments. Once when he lost the ball and Sadiq ran through and put it over. There was another one where he was quite fortunate to get away with being fouled, or supposedly being fouled, on the other edge of the area. Madrid weren't fluid, and so as you say, yeah, to an extent at least, they had to go back to what they know, and of course that meant Luka Modric, who is still unbelievably brilliant, even though he's getting on a bit now.
I don't think I have to add anything, because Sid quite beautifully summarized the whole thing. You can't disagree with Sid. Sid is one of the journalists that I have the most respect out of ESPN journalists.